Good morning and welcome to day 4 of Financial Planning Week here in the UK. So today is Thursday, and if you've been watching my other videos, you'll be seeing that I've done a video a day talking about financial planning and Financial Planning Week and what's going on. And today I kind of want to debunk a myth. I think people outside the profession or people new to the profession would say that financial planning is mainly about numbers, about maths, and solving the problems of that. And yes, it has an element of math in it, but I think financial planning is more about psychology and more about behavior. And I would say that most of the world's problems and challenges that you come up against in your life are about the psychology and the mental side of things, as opposed to the logic behind it. I think we make decisions emotionally, and we tend to justify them with logic, looking at all sorts of things you want. But let's look at an example, and I'm sure it's January still in 2026, and weight loss is a great example. You know, losing weight isn't logic because we know the information out there. There's plenty of documented proof how to lose weight. It's the psychology behind it. It's staying on the plan. It's making yourself feel rewarded. It's making yourself feel good. And financial planning is no different. I had an initial meeting yesterday, which we call a discovery call, on Teams with a potential new client. And they typically take an hour in time in duration. I'm pretty good with timekeeping. And I spent probably the first 30 minutes, or at least half of that, just talking to the individual about their values, their beliefs, and their past experiences with money. Because if I can really understand what's important to them financially, what's important to them about money, what's important to them about their lifestyle, I can then help them deliver that with the numbers, the logic behind it. And I think once you really understand the psychology of money, I think Morgan Housel coined a great title for a book there. Great book, but even better title. You really can understand financial planning. So how does a financial planner help you, working with you? I think it's almost like as a financial coach, having someone more objective, someone who's going to challenge you and question you. I had a planning meeting yesterday morning, and the client wanted to do some actions which I wasn't necessarily against, but rather than just taking an order and accepting it, I just wanted to probe and make sure they'd considered the implications of what they were doing, just challenging it, opening their mindset up. They had a limiting belief that they couldn't do something that both Christian and I evidence to them that they could. And I just wanted to make sure that they were aware that these things are available to them. And I think when you're working on your own and you're doing your own financial planning, you probably wouldn't challenge yourself, because we want to be right, don't we? You know, it's like we do pretty much everything we can in our life to make sure we're right and other people are wrong. You know, we do the things that we do because we feel we're right. So I think one of the things you can do if you're working on your own and you've decided not to work with a financial planner, is ask yourself, what's important to you about money? What are your top 3 values around money? And when you make decisions around money, make decisions that are aligned to your values. Another thing you can do is write yourself out an investment policy statement, because money, I believe, is a magnifier. It enhances our feelings. And if we're notoriously fearful or have a fear or a scare of loss or insecurity, when the markets take a tumble or when the markets get a bit choppy, we're going to start questioning ourselves and we're going to flee to safety, as it were, and we're more likely to go into cash and sell out at the wrong time. Whereas if you have something documented that's going to take you back to, okay, this is why we're doing what we're doing, this is the outcome, this is my purpose, this has happened in the past, I have some evidence, that's going to support you. We communicate with our clients very, very regularly. We're quite a high touch company, but I'd say we never communicate more than when there's a crisis. When there's something going on, I want to make sure that the clients who work with Lexington are hearing it from a trusted source, and they're hearing a sound, logical, unemotional advice and guidance. Sorry, I'm just keeping an eye on Monty, about what my beliefs are, what's happening, and what's going on in the world. So we're cutting through the noise. And Dimensional had a great documentary called Tuning Out Noise, which again, they've coined a great title there. So wrapping it back up to financial planning is around behaviors. Financial planning is really around psychology, and it's helpful to be good with numbers, but it's not the be all and end all. You're probably better off being good with people and really having a caring and understanding mindset of helping people. I'm going to bring it back to that phrase again: live life by design and not default. So I'll wrap it up there. Hope you guys have a wonderful Thursday. Enjoy whatever you're doing. We have our quarterly State of the Nation meeting, and we have some training. We have some external trainers coming in to give us some training. So yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing those. You have a great day. Enjoy yourself. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.